I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different for dinner tonight. I'm going to grab a recipe from Martha Stewart.
Why did you say that name?
Today on the show.
Good morning, Scallywags. Good to see you. So, in case you didn't catch the reference there, that was a Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice thing. The Why did you Martha thing. But hopefully that
paying no mind that.
Yeah, hopefully that came across there. But today we're going to be talking about movies that should have been awesome and just
fell on their
weren't.
face.
Yeah. Things that very simple little things could have easily fixed them, but for whatever reason, those things were just completely ignored, and we got.
I think we need to get the two easy ones out of the way because the last one's going to take a while to explain.
Okay. And
so
which one would that be?
The first one I'm going to throw out there is The Mummy.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I wanted so much this movie to be incredible was it was kicking off Universal's dark universe. We were going to get reboots of Dracula and Frankenstein, Wolfman,
all the original
Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we kind of did in Shape of Water, which was amazing. Go see it.
Yeah.
Why was it disappointing? Number one, it had Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah. Tom Cruise running.
Number two, it wasn't actually the Pharaoh. It was a lady.
Well, I mean, that part I was fine with. It just instead of sticking to the you've got source material to work from here. I mean, you're
and
remaking.
It's great. The original was great.
Yes, fantastic. You're remaking the Universal monsters. I mean, even the Brendan Fraser
Mummy wasn't that bad.
Was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
You turn this one into just cookie cutter Tom Cruise action movie, where it's him running for 2 hours, and I mean the best part was where he kills himself in the end. Spoiler.
And then, spoiler.
Sort of.
Oh, sort of. By the way, we're going to preference the rest of this. If you haven't seen any of these movies, spoilers.
Yeah.
Because we were going to talk about it. But yeah, no, I love the fact that they got this Shield-esque type dark. With Jekyll and Hyde as the main character, and I really wanted to see that kind of take off, and it
had so much potential.
Yeah, and it just floundered and flapped on its face.
Yeah. And so I mean, Tom Cruise basically dies twice in that movie, and neither one of them stick. So I mean, it just
that must be like a clause in one of his contracts.
I'm not allowed
to die.
Then explain Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he just kept dying.
Yeah, over and over again.
Yeah,
fantastic movie. That's probably one of the very few Tom Cruise movies I absolutely love. By the way, but yeah, I mean, just. I don't know. I mean, I only watched that one once, and to be honest, I was kind of in and out of paying attention to it the whole time. So, I mean, as far as like recommending what would have fixed the movie, all I can really say is, go back to the source material and.
I mean, Universal, own all of these scripts. They're in your vaults.
I'm not saying like remake the movie.
No, I'm not either.
Or anything like that. But
look at it and say, okay, well, what can we do here? Based on the source material, that would have been a much better.
The Mummy is one of the more creepier stories from the Universal monsters, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and there's so much they could have done with it instead of like, well, let's make the Mummy a hot chick and
make planes explode and things fall out of the sky, and then we have a hunt in the woods, and it's all.
And then Russell Crowe shows up and acts like an idiot for 10 minutes, and yeah.
I had so much more high hopes for Russell Crowe playing Jekyll and Hyde.
I lost everything I had for Russell Crowe after Les Mis.
So, I really had redeeming. He's going to play Jekyll and Hyde. I think he's going to do a good. And no, he didn't. He didn't play a very good Jekyll and Hyde at all. So from the Mummy, where do we want to go?
I would jump from there to the Fantastic Four. And of course, this one's a classic as far as just dropping of the ball. Where what was the guy's name? Was it Matt Reeves or Matt Trank?
Matt something or other. Yeah.
Anyway, that he had a vision for what he wanted to do with this movie. This is the classic case of the studio execs stepping in and saying, "We want this. We want this. We want this."
You need to change this script. We talked about it a few weeks ago.
Where I mean, even as of the day that the movie was released, here he is on social media bashing his own movie, saying there is a good cut of this movie out there. Unfortunately, you'll never see it. So
now we're talking the newest Fantastic Four, right?
Which maybe it was because I went into it with such low expectations, but I kind of like some of it.
Well, it was good. I just didn't like some of the origins. They played with the origins a little bit.
Big time.
Number one, hey, I'm all, like we've said many times in the past here on the show, we are all about for inclusiveness in your casting. But if the character is A, you cast A as your character.
Well, I mean, at least they at least in this case, this is one of the cases where I'm actually okay with what they did. I mean, where she was adopted, I believe, or something to that effect. But they made it in the story. They made it make sense.
That's why
they addressed
Johnny
it at
Storm
least.
all of a sudden was not the same.
Yeah, where Michael B. Jordan played him, and so here you have black guy, white sister, and I don't know. And again, it's not a racist thing at all, and it's not it's not about diversity at all. It's just a matter of source material.
Look,
that's
we can go there with the Flash
this is such
TV
a tussy subject.
but Iris West is black in the Arrowverse, and she wasn't in the comic books, and I'm cool with that because it works for the context of the story they're telling.
Yeah,
sort of. I can kind of reach and say that's what they did with the new Fantastic Four too.
Yeah.
My main beef with the new Fantastic Four movie was Doom's origin. And it was not
all of their origins.
All of the origins for that matter. But I love Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is such an intense, just a stand bearer
he is
villain.
a human being that they could easily turn an entire phase of Marvel movies and focus.
And just a whole phase. Honestly, but Disney, Marvel, if you're listening, have everything revolve around Doctor Doom in Phase 4.
Well, my biggest thing with it was that the Fantastic Four, I mean, they're called Marvel's first family. I mean, it's a family story. It is a fun story.
Yeah, they're always...
this is why when the original two came out, I liked them. I mean, yes, they were campy and ridiculously stupid, but that's why I liked them. Because that story... Fantastic Four, it's a comic book that you either love or you could care less
about it.
I mean, they are not. You still have the squeaky chair.
I still have the squeaky chair.
They are not like they are such big players in the comic books, and yet at the same time are some of the most ridiculous characters in the Marvel universe. But. So it needs to be campy. It needs to be fun. And they made this movie dark and gritty and dark and had him working for the military and dark. And it just didn't work at every single turn.
So I really, how do you fix the Fantastic Four? Give it back to Marvel.
Yeah.
Let Disney and Marvel take care of it. Let's get a new script. They're doing amazing things. By the way, if you didn't check out yesterday's episode, we went and saw Avengers over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, that's honestly how I think you fix that one is you give it back to the creative
Marvel.
And let them write a good story. And I again go back to every comic book movie at this point in time. You don't need to tell an origin story for your very first movie. You don't. See Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, right. I mean, we know the story.
Yeah.
Or you can do like they did with the Incredible Hulk and kind of show flashbacks.
Little flashbacks of what happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
A recap.
Yeah,
if you will.
recap.
But let's skip over this one just for time constraint here. But let's jump to one of the big ones, and honestly, this may even finish out the episode. But as much as I hate to say it, pretty much everything in the DCEU. Except Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman was fantastic. They got it right with Wonder Woman.
You could completely scrap and reboot the DCEU and start from scratch,
and just start
but
with
keep
Wonder
Gal
Woman.
Gadot.
You could scrap everything else about the movie. Start the DCEU with that Wonder Woman, with World War II, and you could start with the Age of Heroes right then, right there.
Sure.
You don't need to play anything else. Then you can bring in and do a Superman story. You can then do a Batman story, then you can do a Flash story, a Green Lantern story, and then, and only then, do you bring them together to form the Justice League. Not, we've got Wonder Woman, and we've got Superman, and we've got Batman, and they're all great properties, and we're going to let you fight one of the most powerful characters in the DC universe, which is Doomsday. It's okay, though. We're not going to make it Doomsday. We're going to change it from Doomsday.
Make it a deformed Ninja Turtle.
And the biggest joke about the DCEU still is
Martha.
Martha.
And I'm such a DC fan. Growing up, I never liked the Marvel comics at all. and I was a huge DC fan, and it's so weird to be like, this is the part that I don't understand. It's like comics, they're pretty well evenly matched. I think Marvel sells somewhat better,
a little more than you know.
But the characters that in DC that do sell the crap out of it. So like your Batmans and stuff, you know. But like then you've got TV, DC stomps all over Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Animated movies or animated properties of any kind, DC stomps all over Marvel.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go live action,
Marvel is the scale flips and Marvel becomes number one.
Flips and spins a few times before it stops.
I still say, everyone harps on how bad Batman versus Superman was.
See,
I like if you watch the extended cut,
yeah.
You have to watch the extended cut, and it's a much better movie.
Much better movie. Still extremely flawed, but I did enjoy it. I actually went back and watched it not too long ago. And of course, one of the biggest beefs that a lot of people have, and even myself at first, was the way that they portrayed Lex Luthor. Mm-hmm. And the last time I watched it, which was, I don't know, a couple months ago or so, I realized something, and I don't know if they didn't really come right out and say this, but they kind of allude to it at the end. But where Batman shows up to Lex Luthor in jail and tells him that he's going to send him to Arkham and all this stuff, he basically kind of came out with the "I'm taking the insanity plea here" kind of deal. And he's like, "There's places that people can help you, but I'm sending you to Arkham. I still got some friends there, blah, 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 blah." From what I got from that the flamboyant, weird, whatever that was supposed to be Lex Luthor that we got.
Mid-70s Lex Luthor in the comic books was very...
Well, but what I took from that was it was all an act.
Yeah.
That in case I get caught, I need an alibi, and my alibi is I'm insane.
Yeah. And then at the end of Justice League, we got...
And then you
Lex
you
Luthor.
see him, and he's just, well, I'd say it's time that we form a league of our own.
Oh, okay.
He was dressed in the fancy suit. He was, not in his little...
Not a Mark Zuckerberg copycat,
right, yeah.
Of what I got from...
So
from
that's
Batman.
what I took from that, was it was all an act. But, and I mean, and they're getting better, kind of.
Sort of, maybe, if Justice League...
Justice League was a mess. And that is the studio's fault.
Yeah, that think that was a bad cut.
I want to see the Zack Snyder cut, and it's kind of mixed reactions from what I've heard from it, where some people are saying it's really good, and some people are saying it's just
not
utter
watchable.
Crap. Yeah. But like, you bring in Joss Whedon, who goes back and redoes. What was it like?
About
most
2/3 of the movie.
Yeah.
Enough so that Henry Cavill had to come back.
We get mustache gate and all that fun stuff. But tone wise, it goes from like you see it where it's a little more dark and gritty, and then all of a sudden they're cracking jokes, and the color palette has been raised, and it just goes back and forth. You noticed that
too.
Much.
I mean, it was very somber color tones. Dealing with
and then next
Aquaman,
scene they just cranked
and then next thing you know, it's like all of a sudden there's purples and there's reds and there's yellows. And it's like, where did this movie come from? I still think that we would have gotten a better Justice League movie had they picked some other villain than Steppenwolf, or some other
because originally the idea was to do Justice League Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And so they brought in Steppenwolf because the next obvious step was go to Darkseid. Yeah. Which, if you're going to do... if you're gonna do a Justice League story, that's how you do it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know.
I just don't think there was enough build up to Justice League.
My other biggest problem with it is, why do these guys not have any problem with throwing around their secret identities everywhere? You notice that?
Did you notice?
So like Batman and Aquaman are walking through.
Hey Bruce, I'm Batman.
You're Batman. You dress like a bat, huh? So there's people standing all over the place.
Like what the and Bruce.
Superman shows up. Batman goes and gets Lois Lane. There's cops all over the place. She gets out. Clark.
Yeah, no. It's. I can say the DCEU, the biggest problem and how you fix it is you got
Suicide
to
Squad.
tell.
That's
I actually didn't mind Suicide Squad.
See, okay, all of the movies, there has yet to be a DC movie that I haven't enjoyed. Enjoyed watching it, but it's a turn your brain off and just watch kind of thing. If you actually look at, is this a good movie? The answer is no. It's not. And Suicide Squad is one of the worst ones.
I think they're trying to do too much too quick to catch up to Marvel. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And and from what they're saying now is, and I hope that I really hope that they do this, where they're saying that all the movies that come out now will be their own entity. That if they happen to tie into a bigger story, so be it. If they happen to be a self-contained, this could have happened over here or not, okay. Yeah. So like Aquaman isn't going to have, any 2 or 3 other guys running around. Yeah, it's just going to be his own story.
Okay, so Aquaman, he has to fight Black Manta. Period.
That needs to be his villain. Black Manta and Ocean Master. They're really going with the King of Atlantis story. I'm
really excited about the Wonder Woman movie being set in the 80s now.
I heard it was during Vietnam.
Nope, it's going to be during the 80s, during the Cold War, and it's and the lady they've got playing Cheetah is going to be a Russian spy. This is going to be an amazing movie. I really like it.
Kristen Wiig, very odd choice.
Yeah. I haven't really heard anything about the Flash movie other than
we know that they're not. They are not doing Flashpoint.
Okay,
now, is the last thing I heard. Is that was going to be the plan so that they could kind of reboot some things and start kind of fresh or whatever.
Which is bad because I would love to see a badass Thomas Wayne Batman
played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Exactly,
yes.
Has to be played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
God. Negan as Batman. Is he just going to come out and be like? Start talking to the Joker or whatever. He's going to be all lean and bagged.
Actually, go check out.
Lean.
Go check
out.
#
Negan Lean.
I'm going to drop a little something. Check out Bat in the Sun. They're on YouTube. They did a Negan versus Joker, and it was phenomenal.
I thought that was one of the worst ones.
I love that one.
I didn't like their Negan. I didn't think he played Negan.
Kevin Smith is one of those actors that you either love or hate. When he does Batman,
No, it's not Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is the Clerks, Mallrats.
No, his name is Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I know his first name is Kevin.
So I thought I was thinking that too, but I can't think. Anyway,
I think he plays a phenomenal character. He plays a great Batman Bruce Wayne. 100% plays a great Batman Bruce Wayne. But yeah, I liked him as Negan and everything. How would you fix it? I think you could fix Batman v Superman.
Just stop trying to be something that it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is, just actually make movies that kind of like what they said, make them where it's not trying to be a bigger picture type of deal. Just make a good movie. Don't focus on your action or your special effects or any of that stuff. Just make it.
Batman needs to be dark and gritty. Superman needs to be a full color palette and bright and sunny and sparkly. The Flash needs to be the same as Superman, that kind of palette. Your Wonder Woman is another great. You really in the DCU, there's only like 2 or 3 that needs to be dark. Everything else about it are kind of sparkly, run of the mill, just great people.
Yeah, Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter. Sorry that took so long.
Yep.
But yeah, just focus on making a good story and not trying to make it a spectacle. I mean, what happens when you make it a spectacle? Look at Man of Steel. I thought the movie itself great. Other than the whole mopey Superman the whole time, or Jonathan Kent being like, "No, I'm going to let this tornado kill myself, even though you could easily run over here, snatch me away, and get back over there before anyone ever actually sees you move." Mm-hmm. But whatever. Should I let that bus load of kids die? Maybe. What? No.
He doesn't do any of that.
No, but they need somebody. Okay, the way you fix the DCEU is very simple. Marvel has Kevin Feige. He oversees all of it.
Yeah,
and he is a guy that knows the material. Jeff Johns is over the DC movies. However, he is basically just executive producer. He doesn't actually control the movies. And they need someone like they need a Kevin Feige. They need someone like
somebody that has been involved in the DC comic books for a while.
And you would think Jeff Johns would be the perfect person for that.
That's an argument for another segment.
But they need someone like that, just someone who knows the material, who cares about the material, that says this is what needs to happen in the progression of how these things happen. Yep. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Put something down in the comments below. What's a movie that should have worked but didn't, and why?
We could talk for hours about the DC.
Well, we had two more on this list that we didn't even get to.
But
we'll give you a topic: Ghostbusters and Star Wars prequels and sequels.
There you go.
There you go.
Let
Discuss.
us know what's going on. Discussing below.
Make sure you guys comment, like, share, and subscribe while you're here.
Check us out on our social media platforms: the Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter.
As long as you're on Facebook, make sure you send us a private message to order one of the show T-shirts. They're $20. You can get pretty much whatever color you like as far as the shirt goes, and the text. $22 for a long sleeve, or you can get one of our fabulous hoodies for only $25 for those cool summer nights.
Yes, and you know what tomorrow is. It's our favorite day of the week, so we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
I'm Isabel Rice with Springfield, Missouri. Here's your Russian video clip of the day.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and click on our faces to go ahead and subscribe to get all of our Monday through Friday stuff.
Indeed, and here's a couple of links down below that you can follow to watch more shows like it. Tons of great content right here at Scallywag Productions. We'll see you tomorrow.